Hey guys, Captain Richard Hajeki. It is March 30th, so Sunday, March 30th. We just got done running a charter. We're here at the Genesee River. Just pulled the boat out of the water, cleaned the fish. Customers are headed back to Pennsylvania. Want to go over some of our hot baits today. So we didn't light the world on fire by any means, but we had a nice bite throughout the day, and we ended up finding pretty much the hot spot. Talking to a few captains that were out there, there was a certain area that was really holding a lot of fish, and we kind of went through there right at the end of our day. When we cracked the pier heads this morning, we had some leftover 1 to 3s coming out of the east northeast. So I made the decision to just huff it down to Hedges. So that is out there in Ontario, and kind of ride the waves back. The small boat, light boat, your better boat control is going to be going with the waves, going with the wind. So I thought that would be a good move this morning. Me and 3 guys, 17 miles an hour, we cruised all the way over there in the 1 to 3s, and I have to say, you know, I don't want to hype it too much, but I am absolutely amazed by the ride of this Smoker Craft Phantom. Even the customers mentioned something on the way over there today, how nice this boat was riding. It was just kind of scooting over those waves, and it was a nice soft landing. It was just an amazing ride. So really happy with this Smoker Craft that we're running now. So moving on to the fishing report. We worked from Hedges all the way down past Webster, turned around, came back through Webster because we caught a few fish, and then worked our way back down to Irondequoit after that, and then made the decision to go north and try to find some lake trout for the customers. Never really set the world on fire today, but we had a good pick, like I said. So we're going to go over our spread real quick. Downriggers really didn't do anything for browns today. They did take both of our lake trout. We'll get to that at the end of the report. Chinook divers, they were decent today. They didn't light the world on fire. I thought they would have been better with the watercolor we had. But they just kind of were okay. Caught a few fish. 2 spoons that we ran on those were a mixed veggie super slim UV, and I believe the glow frog. Yep, right here. So we ran that stinger frog with the UV tape on it. Those both took a few fish. Just outside of there, we ran some one colors. Again, we ran that super slim UV mixed veggies on one, and on the other we ran the Can't Afford It UV. Both of those took a fish or two. They were not that hot as well. Just outside of there, we ran thin fins for most of the day. Switched it up to some bombers after that. Probably our best thin fin today. I ran a couple of them. I ran, starting off in the morning, a citric shad on one side and my secret on the other side. That was probably our best thin fin all day. That caught some fish last time we were out. I really thought that was going to play, especially with some cohos around. Didn't do anything on that one. And then had a company send us some of their painted thin fins, and when I saw this in the box, I thought this might be a decent brown trout color because it's got a lot of gold in it. Put that out there towards the end of the morning and thought that would go, but that didn't go. So we tried a few thin fins today. Again, they worked okay. Just outside of there, we ran some bay rats. The thin fins, we ran back 70 foot. The bay rats, we ran back 90 foot. Probably our 2 best bay rats today were the frog here. We've got a custom frog here with an orange belly on it. And then citric shad. So that was probably our best bay rat of the day. First thing in the morning, my furthest lines out from the boat, we ran those back 110 foot with Smithwicks on them. They didn't do anything, so we pulled them, put a couple different color bay rats out there. They didn't really catch much, so we were talking to a captain. He said he had a couple of Smithwicks going. We put some Smithwicks back out, one being the black and silver with the black stripes, orange belly. That took a fish or two. We threw out a Fire Tiger. We got cracked off on that. And then lastly, when I brought that rod in, Whitey was sitting there, so I put Whitey out there. That's an exclusive FishUSA color. That took a fish for us. So kind of mixed up the plugs throughout the day. We tried some candy corn, IU, we glow fire tigers. We tried a bunch of different plugs, and that's kind of what we settled in on. And then so we found the hot little area, which was between Webster and Shipbuilders, and then customer said, hey, can we try for some lake trout? So we slid out, didn't mark much off of Webster, picked up, ran down to some shoals west of the river, and did find some lake trout there. Both of our lake trout came off of our riggers. So first one came off of a Dreamweaver UV 42nd, and then a Dreamweaver UV Gold Alewife, both mags, both on the downrigger 20-foot leads. Didn't mark a ton of lake trout, but we took a couple there, and that was it. So we ended the day with 8 browns and a coho and 2 lake trout. We ran a dozen rods today. We had 3 guys on board, and so we were kind of a couple lake trout short of their limit, but they were cool. They just wanted to see a couple come in the boat, and both of them were nice lake trout. They were 12, 14 pound lake trout. So really nice lake trout. So they're headed back to PA with a bunch of fish. There was a couple guys out there today, a couple of their charters going. My buddy Jeremy, he did really well and had quite a few cohos in his catch. And then my other buddy Bruce, he had a good day as well, and he caught a salmon. So right in the water we started in this morning, he trolled through there and grabbed about an 8-10 pound king. So that's cool to see. That's his second of the season. My buddy Casey called me earlier in the week and said, hey, have you been looking inside the stomachs of the browns you're catching? He's seeing some alewife in his browns, which you typically don't see this time of year. We had a brown cough up an alewife in the boat today. It was half eaten, but you know, I took a picture of it with the tail and everything, and one of my biologist buddies did confirm it was an alewife. Thought I might see some in the lake trout we cleaned up, and they had all gobies inside them. But given the fact there's some alewife on the beach this early, I wouldn't be surprised to see some salmon showing up. So it could be a good spring with a bunch of salmon on the beach. So looking forward to see what that brings. But big boats in the water. We got it at the dock Friday. Next weekend we got some folks coming up from Georgia to fish with us on the big boat. So stay tuned. We got fishing reports coming. 2025 season's underway, and we're excited. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and I love hearing all the comments of people who are watching the video and appreciate the video. So keep those coming. But see you next weekend, guys. Good luck when you're out there.